Out of nowhere, we are treated with an announcement of the year. Hytale's been nominated for one of the biggest gaming awards from Europe. As well, just 2 days ago, we were treated with a podcast from Hytale's lead model designer, Thomas Frick. My name is VenDyer, and let's hop right into the video. Before we begin, you can now support our channel today by clicking the join button or the first link in the description for as little as $2 to get some exciting perks such as early access to videos, an exclusive Discord role, exclusive videos, and much more. A huge shout out to our newest members, Halgo and Radaro. As well, we are now introducing the Pufferfish rank. And now, on to the video. The Golden Joystick Awards, commonly called the People's Gaming Awards, is a yearly video game awards ceremony designed to celebrate the communities and award the best of the best in the video game industry. Amazing game developers are always recommended on these lists, and this year is no different. The cutesy style of Nintendo's Animal Crossing New Horizons, Bethesda's dark and gritty work on Doom Eternal, the fast-falling, free-running gameplay of Techland's Dying Light 2, these are all games that the 37th Annual Golden Joystick Awards are celebrating, and among that list is a company working on their first official game. Hypixel Studios is being nominated for the Most Wanted Game category for their upcoming open-world survival voxel block adventure game, Hytale. And, in standard Hytale news fashion, we want to help them win and show you how to vote for our highly anticipated game. By going to the URL displayed on the screen, which will also be in the description, you will be able to examine all of the nominated games for the Golden Joystick Awards, specifically for the Most Wanted Game category. And halfway through the list is our dear Hytale. By clicking on the vote button, you'll be prompted to insert your email, name, and birth date. After that, click on Submit, and you are now one of the amazing community members who have helped broadcast the amazingness of Hytale to the masses. And if you've already done this, amazing job, you're already 3 steps ahead of the pack, and we applaud you. If not, there's still plenty of time though. The broadcast of the Golden Joystick Awards goes live November 15th, so we have some more time to vote. And hey, while you're at it, explore all the other nominations and categories, and be sure to vote for your other favorite games in each category. Best storytelling, best new expansion, you name it. And when Hytale announced this on their Twitter page, they used a new image to promote their game with. We see a character in Zone 3 who appears to be battling the ice dragon that we have seen numerous amount of times in blog posts and even in the Hytale trailer. Last Tuesday, Hytale's lead artist Thomas Frick hosted a French podcast talking about the science behind game development. Although it was in French, we managed to translate a bit of what they had to say, and here are a few key points from that podcast. We were informed in the podcast of 2 of the game's main modes, which they call their adventure mode as well as their creative mode. Frick specifically mentioned that the adventure mode was designed to run on any PC, which is an amazing thing to hear. Having any player be able to experience bosses, quests, and adventures is great news. As well, he teased us mentioning that if we have a strong enough PC, we could create worlds with thousands of creatures actively roaming around it in an area at once. Specifically, Frick mentioned recreating the War on Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings, with 50,000 goblins marching onto the city. This is great news for Hytale fans, as it really shows us how limitless our creativity can be when thinking up new adventures to create. As well, Thomas Frick informed us that there are currently 40 full-time, and therefore paid, Hytale staff members on the Hytale team. The funding of the game is, as you already know, powered by Riot Games, and if you're unfamiliar with Riot Games, they are the company that owns the very popular game League of Legends. This definitely should hype you up for Hytale, because 40 full-time workers is a lot for a development team of a game. Can we expect a sooner release date than some might expect? Talk amongst yourselves in the comments below when you think the release date will be. The last important key point Thomas specifies is the realistic aspects of Hytale. He stated that he wants to make the game entertaining for the player, but as well be educational and informative. One way he said he accomplished this was done by making certain plants grow in one area and other plants grow in another. This really helps you get a grasp about how real the Hytale world is going to be. If you want a certain plant to grow, you're going to have to go and settle in a more crop-friendly zone. We believe this is going to be a really good implementation into the game, because it will force more adventurers deeper into the Hytale world, as well as reward them for expanding their settlements into each zone. Breaking news, my friends! Simon has recently been tweeting about his new LAN gaming room that he has been working on in his limited free time, and in one of the tweets, you can see an image of where the computer screen has been turned on, only to see what looks like the Hytale main menu. Now, we do understand it is blurry for most viewers. However, there's been an updated version that seems to be traced in a much more clearer format. Does this image excite you? It should. This could mean that they are really getting closer and closer to release, and the main menu tends to be the last thing that game developers drive their focus on. From the specific image, this is a lot of things we can truly go into detail about. First, we believe that the background image either will be a slideshow of different scenes that were showcased in the trailer, or it could be the trailer itself. And all those main menu buttons could easily be something as simple as adventure mode, minigames, servers, my adventures, settings, and quits. Man, this is a huge content drop. What do you guys think about this? Did Simon seriously mess up? Or was this just another marketing scheme to get us more and more hyped for Hytale? Either way, it's working. And did you guys really think that was all we are excited about today? No. The YouTube topic of Hytale just recently received a background image, which could be the official cover of the Hytale game. We believe that this will be the image that rolls out on all platforms, including Twitch and other platforms where they believe the content will be shown. We next have this interesting theory made by MindWaspProd. This theory will take you in depth about how the Hytale Movie Maker is believed to work, and it's a very interesting theory. The Movie Maker isn't something that's often talked about in the community, but when it is, it's always a fun topic. I think it's because it's too hard to explain, starts Wasp. Everyone has been saying you will need a cast and a crew, but I think it's deeper than that. First, I'm going to state my introduction. The Hytale Movie Maker's customization goes into more depth than you think. Most people have said that you will be needing a cast and a crew to film your movies. Well, I know this is 98% false. If you look closely into the trailer gameplay, on the Movie Maker specifically, you can easily tell this snippet of the trailer was made by one person. The reason behind this being keyframes. What are the keyframes in media production? A keyframe is a location of time which marks the beginning or end of a transition. This is an important definition because the trailer is showing direct keyframes. Once you look at the picture, you see 3 different colored boxes, and only one of those boxes is for effects. Notice how when the soldier is walking by, those light green cubes start to explode. So yes, that is an effect. But if you look closer, there are 2 other different shaded boxes, a dark green and a red box. I've revised this part of the trailer many times, and those are not effects. Those red boxes had lines going through them, and those red boxes were connected to a cart. This leaves me to believe this is keyframing the cart, telling it to animate on the track. There were 4 red boxes in total, and I believe these play the animations. These allowed the user creating the film to animate the wheels and the cart itself. I'm pretty sure one is connected to the guy as well, but it's hard to tell. But either way, I believe it is. I believe it's telling the NPC to do a specific animation. Now those dark green cubes, I believe those cubes tell the NPCs exactly where to go when the animations are applied. If you look closely at the guy at the computer, you can see behind him is a dark green cube. And if you look at the soldier, it looks like he is running directly at it, running towards it, which is exactly why Hytale didn't start the footage any later, or else he would have stopped running at that green cube. Now, if you look towards the woman, there is a green cube behind her. I would say this is controlling the cart, but I just don't think so. If you look behind her shoulder, there is a big black block, and there are also green cubes. Since the girl in the cart is pointing in that direction, I think she is looking at the cube in the direction. But the camera tool is real, because it's something a machinima maker needs in the first place. I also think, since Hytale loves doing everything directly from the game, they are going to let you be able to use others' animations, models, and builds. Hytale did say you can use any of their models and load in stuff. This gives me a reason to believe you can use other players' custom-made content. Think about it. Once you build something in Hytale, it's in Hytale. Now, the green screen in the background isn't exactly a green screen. Right before the Moviemaker was showcased, Paint the World was first. I believe Paint the World is the way you set up your backgrounds for machinima films. Also, notice how the supposed cast behind all of this is standing completely still. Also notice not one cube is connected to them. That's because they don't have any animations applied to them. Because the green screen would have to be a third-party program, and everything Hytale is doing revolves around, well, Hytale, not that of a third-party program. On the Hytale website, it also says you can use all of Hytale's models, and the system consists of keyframes. But hey, if Hytale is willing to trick everyone on the trailer, why not do it on the website too? That's just my theory, MindWasp concludes. Wow, what a well thought out idea. And hey, if you guys enjoy today's theory, go give MindWasp some support by following him on his Twitter at MindWaspProd. Anyways, that wraps up today's video from Hytale News. To recap in today's video, we want to congratulate Hytale once again for being nominated into the Golden Joystick Awards. We also want to make sure everyone who watches this video takes the time to vote for Hytale. We also talked about the highly anticipated podcast that was run by Thomas Frick and other staff from the Hytale team, where they talked about some very interesting topics that will be implemented into the game to make it a lot easier for players to enjoy. Next, we talked about the very jaw-dropping image that Simon supposedly leaked on his Twitter. Was this an accident, or was this on purpose? Who really knows? And lastly, Hytale's topic cover has been updated to an actual image on the YouTube platform. This means that we're getting really close to a release date. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, make sure you leave a like on the video to show your support, and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Ven, and this has been Hytale News. Bye bye!